my friends, how are you today? I am doing better than yesterday, which is always good. Decided to get up today. My son had his virtual classes, and my daughter, who I don't even know where she is, she slept over somebody's house, and I don't know. Anyway, they got some good news because they both got roles in the new play coming up or whatever, but besides that, so it took a little bit for my son to get going today. It took a little bit for him to get moving, and we were supposed to go to the gym.
You're trying to tell me that I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
And we go to the gym, and I tell him before we left the house, I'm like, you make sure you have your phone. Usually, when I say make sure you have your phone, that is like the code word for bring your headphones. We're going to go on the treadmill. We're going to be there for a while, and I want to make sure you have your music. He's like, yeah, I got my phone, whatever. Halfway there, we're like maybe 2 blocks away from the gym, and he's like, I'm like, you got your phone? You got your headphones? He's like, oh, what do I need my headphones for? I'm like, we're going to the gym. You need headphones. He's like, I didn't bring my headphones. You didn't tell me that I was going to need my headphones. I'm like, why do you think I asked you for your phone? He's like, well, I figured so you could call me. You're on the side of me. What do you mean? Yeah, why would I call you if you're right on the side of me? The reason why I asked you to bring your phone is because I didn't want you to be bored on the treadmill, and I wanted you to bring your headphones so you can listen to your music, because if I have my music and he doesn't have his music, or vice versa, I know I feel bored after I got bipolar disorder and OCD and I think I have ADHD. I got all these letters and numbers and stuff going on in my head. So I know that I'm on the treadmill for like 10 minutes. And I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. There's other places I'd rather be. I could be over there doing this, or I could be over there doing that. I could be at home doing this. So my mind is flying. So I don't have something to occupy my mind while I'm on that treadmill. The TVs ain't cutting it. They got this row of TVs in front of you that you can't hear, and you got to read the what do you read? You read the This is just the way the day's been going today. You read. You have the subtitles on. Yes, okay, there it is. So do I have the subtitles on so you can work out on the treadmill or whatever? And I guess if you don't bring your headphones, you can read the subtitles of Judge Judy or whatever. And they always have cooking shows. Why is there always cooking shows on at the gym? I don't know. This is something that I'm telling you right now. I'm sure I am not the only one to notice this. Maybe you have some answers. Comment below. Why would you I'm at the gym. I'm trying to lose weight. Okay, that's why I'm there. I'm there trying to tone up, lose weight, trying to make a better me or whatever. I don't want to see, Chopped or, Cutthroat Kitchen or whatever while I'm at the gym. I don't want to see somebody preparing some delicious food while I'm on the treadmill trying to get rid of the delicious food I had last night. That blows my mind why they would put it on that specific food channel. It's not like they're promoting healthy food. It's not like when I go in the waiting room at the doctor's office, I'm sitting there and they have like the TVs over there. It's like all of these healthy tips and stuff. This isn't healthy tips. This is fattening. I'm clogging your artery. You're going to die. Food stuff on the gym TVs in front of you, and it's not just one TV. It's every other TV. And you got the news, and then you got a Food Network, and then you got Judge Judy, and then you have food, and then you have a talk show, and then you got food, and then you got music, and then it's food. It's like, while I'm there, I'm getting hungry. I'm thinking Burger King's in the parking lot. I'm thinking about the sales that they're having at Burger King. There was just a Burger King commercial on. So while I'm treadmilling and I'm walking and I'm trying to lose this weight, I'm thinking about, sales that they're having at Burger King right now. They got a sale on the flame broiled burger. Who doesn't want a flame broiled burger? That's why I'm here. I'm trying to get rid of the flame broiled burger I had last night. And you put it on the TV. I don't understand. I think it might be subliminal. It's something that they do at the gym to keep you going to the gym. I think that's what it is. I think it's like while you're here, You're trying to lose weight. You're going to leave here. You're going to go straight to McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's, or whatever they're promoting while you're there. Or you're going to go home and cook something, a half rack of ribs that you just saw on Chopped or Cutthroat Kitchen or what was that? Something right there. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. And you're going to go home and you're going to eat that stuff, and you'll be back at the gym tomorrow going, I'm trying to lose this weight. And heavy breathing and everything because all the stuff they ate is clogging your arteries. And I got to lose it. This is my life, okay? I don't understand. So anyway, so we're in the car, and I'm like, where's your headphones? He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He's like, well, you just told me to bring a phone. Why would I tell you to bring a phone? You're with me. The reason why I asked you to bring your phone is because you're going to need to listen to music. This is a very simple thing. This doesn't make any sense why he would not bring his headphones if we're going to the gym. Okay, if we're planning on going to the gym, I usually like to start off with maybe the treadmill for a half an hour to an hour, and then I like to move on to the next thing. Or I go vice versa. I'll work out first, and then I'll go on the treadmill for half an hour to an hour at the end before we walk out the door. He knows the routine. Why didn't he bring his headphones? So... I'm like, okay, I got $20 in my pocket. $20 is going to last me pretty much for the week. And I'm like, okay, I got this $20. We'll go to the store right on the side of the gym, and we'll see if we can get you some Bluetooth type headphones. Okay, we go in there, and I was searching around, and because for some reason, and another money-making scheme that this world is just bashing me with, the iPhone 1 through whatever has a place for a regular phone jack. I think it's 1 through 7 or something like that. 1 through 7, I think it is. Has a regular phone jack and a lightning cord for the iPhones. Okay, thank you, iPhone, for doing that. So you can have it either or from 1 through 7. Then from 7 through 10 or 11 or whatever, they decided to just have it be a lightning cord. You're just gonna have the lightning plug. So now you got to buy what they call, I guess, a dongle. I don't even know if that's a real name for the thing, because when I think of a dongle, for some reason when my kids say, I can't find my dongle, you don't even know what I'm thinking of when they say that. I can't find my dongle. Think about that. What would I possibly be thinking of when they say that they can't find a dongle? I'm going to let you figure that one out for yourself. But a dongle is not a good word for this thing. I can't find my dongle. Oh, I lost my dongle. Did you take my dongle? Dongle's not a good word. To me, dongle would be a bad word to say. If I had a kid come up to me and say, Mister, I can't find my dongle, I'd be like, that's sad that you can't find your dongle. I mean, what do you need your dongle for? What are you looking for? It's like, it's that word is not right for whatever the item is. They should call it the lightning plug adapter or something like dongle. I don't get it. But anyway, so now we got to find an iPhone plug headset or a Bluetooth headset, because I feel bad because I'm not going to go on a treadmill for an hour and look over at him because he's got that look on his face. If you know your kids, you know that look. Okay, the look of utter sadness. You know what I mean? It's like you're on your treadmill and you're treadmilling along and you're listening to some Blink 182 or whatever, and I'm all hyped up and everything, and then I look over and he's like this. And he's watching the TV, watching the food channels. And I'm like, got my music on, I'm clubbing, and I can see the depression in his eyes. I can see the sadness, and I can relate. I've shown up to the gym forgetting my headset and not planning on going on the treadmill sometimes. And it's like, I'll be like, I got to push myself to go on that treadmill. I'm there on the treadmill for like 10 minutes. I can't take it. I cannot take it. I go crazy. I'm like, I'm all done playing with the buttons, making the thing go up higher and then lower and then go faster than slower. I'm bored with that. I'm tired of watching food channels. I'm tired of watching Judge Judy. I'm tired of watching the news. And I'm ready to move on. I know what it's like. Bring your headset. So anyway. So we're in the store on the side of the thing, and we're searching for these things, and I find this Bluetooth headset. And I'm like, okay, I got $20 in my pocket. It's $10 for this headset, $9.95. I'm like, do you want these? They were white. Okay, he's like, you want these? Yeah, those will be fine, whatever, the Bluetooth or whatever. I'm like, okay, do they match up with the iPhone? Because I'm afraid that the iPhone might not match up because you have to have an iPhone matching whatever. He picks up the thing. I'm like, well, they got it in black. You rather have that? Oh, yeah, I'll take the black one or whatever. Okay, we'll walk over to the car. Well, now we only have an hour because he has to be at football practice at a certain time, and we only have an hour to get from here to here, and now we're already almost a half an hour in. already a half an hour in. Well, we should have been in the gym a half an hour ago, but now we're at the store and we're buying these USB headset things for $9.95, $10.60 something with tax, whatever. So we go to the line, and thank you, COVID. Thank you, COVID. This store has the hidden line. Have you been to a store yet with this COVID 6 feet distance thing with the hidden line? You know the hidden line I'm talking about. When you go to get in the line, and all of a sudden you look over to the left, and there's people up the aisle going around the corner, and they're in a line that started. So you walk over, and you feel really stupid. Because you're like, next person in line, please, and you go to walk over to the line, and you go, oh, wait a minute here. You look, and it's like they're going around the corner, and you're like, great. Oh, I'm sorry. And then you're like, sorry, excuse me for being so stupid. I got to get in the back of the line. I wasn't trying. Then the person always gives you that look. You know the look of, what do you think you're doing? It's like, you got a nerve. I've been waiting in this line around the corner for about an hour now, and you have the nerve to why I made a mistake. Calm down. Okay, don't give me that look of hatred. I swear, some people, they stare at you, and it looks like they're just going to vaporize you with their eyes. It's like, and I just turn into dust. Like, I'm a pile of, I'm sorry. I'll go to. I even said, excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was a line. And the lady looked at me. She had her carriage with her bird bath. It was a bird bath. It was like a tub with a bird on. I guess she got one bird bath in the thing, whatever. She's buying a bird bath. It's like 10 degrees outside. She's gonna be feeding the birds with ice, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm like, excuse me, I'm sorry, whatever. And she just looks at me like death. Like she's wishing death on me. Like, who do you think you are for trying to get in front? I didn't mean to try to get in front of you. I didn't realize that the line was up the aisle and around the corner. I looked at the little footstep things. All I saw was a footstep. I didn't see you over here. I'm sorry. Relax. Calm down. I'm not trying to take your newborn child. Relax, please. Okay? It's not a big deal. I'm sorry. So I walk by her, and now I'm walking by her, and now with the COVID thing, okay, you get the look of you're walking by me, like I'm a giant germ, and I'm going to kill you and your family and the birds that are going to be eating in your bird bath. There's no other way to get up the aisle but to go by you. And then she does this, because this is another one of my stupid things, because once again, they got the circles on the floor with the arrows in the feet that are sending in one direction. I'm going in the wrong direction. So I look at she looks at me, she looks at the floor. I know what she's after. She's like, hey, stupid, you're going the wrong way. I get it. I understand. Lady, my son forgot his phone. We don't have a dongle. I mean, calm down. I just want to get up the aisle so I can pay for this stuff. Relax. You're buying a bird bath. Calm down. I'm not trying to do anything to you. So now I'm walking by this lady, and she's looking at me again with that look of death, and she does you could literally, I could see like lines and arrows coming out of her eyes, because she was like you see the thing on the floor, you're walking by me, you're going in the wrong direction, and you're way too close. I'm getting that feeling. I'm getting, that, I know people know that. Comment below if you've had any of this stuff go on with you since this COVID thing started. Because I get it, okay? People are afraid. People are scared. Things are going on. I get it. I had a mask on. And then the thing is, once I realize I've done wrong, now I'm scaling the wall of this aisle like there's some kind of weird force field or barrier for me between this lady and her carriage. I'm literally against the wall going like this, like I'm on a ledge and I'm scaling the wall. I mean that's how I am, and I'm looking, and she's still looking at me the whole time, making eye contact, like, you idiot, you went the wrong way, you tried to cut in front of me, you're just trying to destroy my life, and I'm like, I'm sorry, lady, excuse me. Wow, whew. I didn't even make it to the gym yet. I'm already sweating from the stress and anxiety, and I'm already sweating. Okay, I got my belly band on. I just sweat building up on the belly band. I'm already having my workout. I haven't gotten to the gym yet. So I finally make it to the end of this line. But thank God I'm at the end of the line. And then here comes another idiot like me, coming in the same direction, doing the same exact thing. And this guy's going full blast with his carriage, and he's got like a tire, and I think he's gonna change a tire on like a lawnmower or something. It's like a little tire, and he's coming down, and he's like, she's same lady. He's like, whoa, like, whoa, and she's like, it's, and he did the same thing I did. Excuse me, oh, I'm so sorry. wow, hey, this store needs to either map it out better or explain things a little bit better, whatever. So we're in the line and they got 3 cashiers. Listen, I am fine with waiting in line. I've said this many times. I am extremely patient. I am extremely giving as far as, you could go in front of me, cut in front of me. They could have one item and I could have, one item. And I'll be like, go ahead. You got kids. You look like you're in a hurry. Just go ahead. I'll be a nice guy. I'm good for that stuff. It makes me feel good. I feel like I'm helping them out. That's just me. And so now we're waiting in this line to get the 3 cashiers. And all of a sudden, the cashier, my son looks around the corner. He's like, oh, there's one that just opened over there. Now, I don't want to judge people. I am not judging people. I'm just pointing out the obvious. I'm pointing out something that just happened to me. So, no offense to this person. Okay, please, no offense. But they call me over. I'm not even going to say if it's a he, she, it, whatever. I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want you to be like, oh, I know the person you're talking about. I know what store you were at. I didn't say the store, and I'm not saying the person or what the gender of the person. I ain't saying nothing. But anyway, so I'm standing there, and all of a sudden this person says, come on over. So I come on over, and I'm like, they're like, I hand over the thing to them. They don't say nothing. And I'm telling you that the person goes, I think, it blew my mind. Okay, I think I was dealing with the Terminator. It was like the person, the body did not even move. It was like it shifted, like it was some kind of robot. And then so we're already half an hour in. I've been in line for like 15, 20 minutes already. Time's going by. I'm patient. I want to get a little workout in. I want to get to the gym. And then all of a sudden, I'm in the line. The person calls me up. I'm excited. We're almost close to that door. We're getting there. The lady is already gone. The one that wanted to wishing death on me. She's already out the door. She's gone. She's already putting a bird bath in her yard. And then this lady, she's like, oh, wait. This person, okay, says, it's like, I $10.65. I'm like, okay, $20 bill. It was I felt like I was in like a traumatic movie where there was going to be a crash. Everything was in slow motion. Literally, the typing went like this. And then looks over at me and goes, you have a telephone number in our system. And I'm like, yes, I got a telephone number in the system. Yes, here's the number. I give it a number. Of course, it's not the right number because my wife's got a number and I got a number. Then she's like, and the computer's glitching. Now I feel like I'm in the Matrix or something. Something's gone wrong in my day. And I'm in like the Matrix because her computer is glitching. It's literally like there's windows popping open in a computer. I've never seen any computer ever do this. I've been to Walmart, stores plenty. I've never seen this computer just windows stop popping open like this. And she's like, I did it again. Okay, it was a she. So anyway, she's like, that's the incorrect number. And I'm like, oh, it must be this number. And this is what I got. I got the dead stare. It paused like this for a good 2 minutes. And then I'm like, the other number is this way. She's like, okay. And then it started glitching again. Windows all. That was it. I'm like, okay. She's like, $10.65. And I'm like, here's a 20. I handed her the 20. And you would think I just handed her a stick of dynamite. It was like, and she's like, I mean, it was like, I don't know if she was in fear. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what the thought process was going on here. Takes somebody, holds it up to the light and looks at it. Like I'm counterfeiting $20 bills or something now. Do I look shady? Do I look like a shady customer? I mean, I didn't assault the lady over on it, and I'm giving it I didn't give her 50 or 100. When are they gonna pull out the special? You just counterfeited a bunch of money markers on it, and that didn't happen. It was a $20 bill. I give it holding up to the light like I just printed it in my basement, and then takes the money, puts it in, and all that kept going through my head is, I'm not going to get the right change. There's no way that this person can count change. And when I get it, oh my god, it was literally like this. Puts it in the drawer, pulls out a $5 bill, let's just like this. Puts it on the counter, pulls out $1 bills, puts them on the counter, takes the change from the 65 cents, puts that on top of the $5 bill and the $1 bills. Then picks up all the money with one hand, takes the other hand, and starts shaking the dollar bills around to make sure she did not give me any additional dollar bills. So now we're going on with it, and this is a process. Then, meanwhile, she's balancing the change on top of the money. And all that kept going through my head is, I'm going to drop this money. There's going to be a handoff, and I'm going to drop it. Because this has happened to me before at like a McDonald's. You know, you get that handoff nowadays with the COVID that they don't want to touch the change and the dollar bills at the same time. So they're doing this like fanning out the money, and then the money becomes a holder for the change, and they try to give it to you all at once, and you always drop it underneath the car, and that's probably their thing. They probably have somebody that goes out there later on and picks the change. But this lady, she's balancing on there, and she goes to hand it over, and I took it. But while this, I'm looking at my son, and he's looking at me, and he's the same thing is going through my head. I can feel it's going on through his head. Like, where are we right now? Are we in the Twilight Zone? Is something gone definitely wrong here? Because, you know, like I said, I'm extremely patient, but I just think I got served by like some kind of cyber organism or whatever. This was like the Terminator, you know. And then it was like, and then after, and this is the first time this has ever happened to me. I never had this happen to me. After I get the change back, she goes, "You want to give to our local food bank?" Now what goes through my head now? This is what goes on through my head. I have no canned goods. That's when I went, okay, maybe that's a stupid reaction, but I was like, you just gave me back the change. Are you telling me you want me to give you back the change? After that whole process of the balancing and everything, did she want me? Is the fanned out money like a highlight scoop, and I was supposed to like send that the change part of it back to her to give to the food bank? Or was she expecting me to have like a can of corn in my back pocket? I don't know. But it was like, do you want to give to our local food pantry? And I'm like, no, I don't want to give to the local food. This has been a process. I'm already done. Why didn't you ask me if I wanted to give to the local food pantry before you gave me back the change? And I would have said, okay, well, just round it up and give me back the ones in the five, and you can keep the additional change. Or, you know, take $1 or what. That's normally what I do. If you ask me before you give me back my change. But after this whole process is done, after you're done, you know, running the computer analysis in my head and figuring out that I'm not Sarah Connor's son, you're going to ask me if you want me to give to the local food bank? I got nothing against giving to the local food bank, but oh my goodness, what a process. So we get the headset. We go out to I'm like, we're going to go to the car. We're going to make sure it's working. You're going to pair it up to your phone to make sure it's properly working. We get to the car. My son goes to open up the headset, and I swear it was like he was opening up a gift on Christmas morning. Now, all I kept going through my head is most of the time you buy these things, they don't work. Okay, you buy a headset from like a cheap store, like this store is, you know, or other stores that are cheap stores. You know, it's not like a big time accredited store. More than likely, they're not going to work, or they're going to sound terrible or whatever, and we're probably going to end up returning them, okay? But so he tears the box, and I'm looking at him like, whoa, what are you doing? Don't tear it all open, because if it doesn't work, I'm getting my $10.65 back. Just easily open the thing. So I'm pulling out of his hand. I'm looking at the time, and I'm like, I ain't going to make it into the gym. We're not going to the gym today. He's complaining because he's like, I was over this about an hour ago. And I'm like, but I wasn't over it an hour ago. My crazy OCD, crazy head was feeling emotions for you and feeling sad for you. And I'm not feeling okay with this. So now I got the thing in my hand. I'm carefully opening up. Time's still ticking away. I open the thing up. He goes, okay. He goes to turn it on. They got to be charged for 3 hours. At this point, we look at each other and he's like, well, let's just go to the gym. I'm like, we could have did this, he goes, yeah, exactly. I told you I was over this about an hour ago. We could have just went to the gym already. We go into the gym, and I forget how to go into the gym. Like, all this is going on in my head. I don't know if I'm getting Alzheimer's, what's going on, but I can't even figure out how to get into the gym. So I'm in the gym, and nowadays you got to take your phone, you got to scan your phone, you got to go through this whole process or whatever. I'm not even like logged in yet. I'm not even like in the website yet. I'm not even there. And he's looking at me because he's wondering why I'm just walking into the gym. I forgot the whole process. I forgot, and I'm looking around. I'm like, they move things around in the gym. We haven't been here for a while. And we were like there like maybe a week ago, okay, but they moved things around, I guess, because different things have changed with the COVID. And so I'm like, we got to get on a treadmill. I'm like, there's one. So the thing with the treadmill is I don't like to be at the end because I don't want people to walk in, and I don't want to be the first person that they see. I don't want them to be like, wow, look at this guy. He's sexy. No. I don't want them to see that. They're probably going to be deterred and walk out the door to be like, this ain't working for him. I'm leaving. That's the way I feel in my head. I'm like, hey, look at him. He's just going he's going to Burger King after he's done over here. This is not working. So I don't like to be at the end treadmill, but that's all that's open. And there's one on the side of me. Two over because we get the 6 feet away thing going on. So I tell my son, I'll go on that one at the end. You go on that one over there, thinking about him because he doesn't like to be at the end either. So, and he's got no reason not to want to be on the end. Doesn't make any sense. But he gets on the thing, and it's already at like a 60 degree incline or whatever. And he can't get the thing to start up. Now he's looking at me like, this thing ain't starting. I'm like, well, mine is working fine. I already got the thing going. I got a little pace going on over here. And I said, why don't you use the one behind me? All right, yep, okay. He gets up, he goes on the one behind me. So I'm going like this. And 2 seconds later, this little old lady comes in, and she gets on the treadmill on the side of me and turns it right on. And it's going. So now I'm texting him. I'm like, hey, you couldn't figure this out. We got this little old lady over here. She was on it for like 2 seconds. She's got the thing going away. He's like, I don't know what she did. I'm like, I don't know either. Okay, so I'm going. I turn around. He's gone. And now there's another lady behind me. And I'm like, where did this kid go? And I'm texting. I'm like, no, we're there for like 2-3 minutes, and he's already gone. I'm texting. I'm in the bathroom. I had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, by the time you get out of the bathroom, I'm going to have to leave. We got to get you there in like 10-15 minutes, and we're going to have to leave in 5 minutes. I'm like, hey, nowhere to be found. He's in the bathroom. Okay. I get off the treadmill because I've had it. I'm done. I'm done. This has been too much. I'm done. I get off the treadmill. I go walk around the corner of the bathroom, go look for. He comes out of the bathroom. Like, we'll go down the end. We'll go do some chest or something or some arms or whatever. We'll get a little bit of something on before we got to leave in like 5 minutes. We walk to the end, and of course, the room that we want to be in is fully packed. So I'm like, I look at him, he looks at me, and he's like, well, that's open over there. He goes to grab the weight to pull the thing down. The thing drops. The band gets wrapped around the... I look at him, I'm like, let's go. I'm done. This was enough of a workout for today. Let's leave. I leave, I drop him off at school, I'm here, and I'm like, I'm going to make a video. And that's where I'm at right now. So, I'm sorry I prolonged that thing, but I'm here to talk about one of my favorite horror movies. Yes, that's what I'm here to talk about. That's where I started this whole thing before I started ranting about how wonderful my day is. But I thought you guys might like to know, a little bit about my day. I find it to be interesting. This is why people keep saying, if I was telling the story to like somebody at work or whatever, they'd be laughing at me or whatever, and I'd be like, okay, it's funny, but this was my day. I had to go through this. This was a process that I had to go through just to tell you this story. And they wonder why my blood pressure is through the roof, and I'm taking medication for this and taking medication for that. It's because this was an hour and a half in the life of my day, and my day's not even over yet. Okay, so that's it. But anyway, I want to talk about a couple of my favorite horror movies. Well, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite horror movies. The movie is called The Lost Boys. This is absolutely one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I am a horror fanatic. I absolutely love horror movies. I've been told before I'm not supposed to love horror movies. But you know what? They're movies. They're make-believe. It's fiction. You know what I mean? It's enjoyable stuff. It's not real. And if you take it with a grain of salt and you just enjoy the movies, they're just movies. This is not going to mess me up in any way, shape, or form. But if you've never seen The Lost Boys, it is a classic horror movie starring Haim, Feldman, Haim, I'm not going to say everybody's name, and it just happens to me all the time. Haim, there's so many stars in this that I should be able to just bang out these names without having to look at the back here. Jason Patric, Kiefer Sutherland. You know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. This is a classic horror movie. If you are a horror fan, if you are a fan of this channel, you know what this movie is. It's a movie about this family that moves to Santa Carlo, and discover that the place is infested with vampires. Guy falls for a girl. Come to find out, the girl is a vampire too, and they're trying to enlist him into their vampire crew. And the little brother, played by Haim, discovers that his brother is now a vampire, or becoming a vampire. And they have to get to what they have to do is they have to kill the head vampire in order to break the whole vampire cycle. And this movie is just a great movie. The soundtrack is unbelievable. The acting, this is just a classic horror movie. They've made sequels afterwards. The sequels were terrible. I did not enjoy any of the sequels. I mean, I know Part 2 had Haim and Feldman, but they were in it. Feldman was in it for a lot longer than Haim, but the role was so short. This was just the Coreys at their best. I remember going to see this movie at the Swansea Mall when they had the indoor Swansea Mall movie theater. It was like one of the first movies I saw in the Swansea Mall. And I just fell in love with this film. I fell in love with Haim and Feldman as actors. Everything after that I watched and enjoyed. I until they started doing those real cheesy B movies or whatever, that kind of... even though I enjoyed seeing them together in those B movies, it was not the same thing as a License to Drive or a Dream a Little Dream. You know, they did Dream a Little Dream 2. That was like going downhill a little bit. And then they did a Last Resort, I think it was. And then that was even worse downhill. And but they did have a couple of there was like 2 B movies or whatever, so that I did really enjoy from them. Like, I can't remember what the name of the movies are off the top of my head right now, but that's okay. But they started off in this movie, and it just progressed to their relationship, and their movies were just better and better. And then they hit a plateau and started to drop. But if you want to see a classic horror movie with your family, there is nothing in this movie that is extremely uncomfortable. There's maybe 1 or 2 scenes, but even the scenes are so well filmed that they don't really make you feel uncomfortable. You know, it's more of like a goes fade to black, and then a little bit of, body, and then fade to black. You know what I mean? Language is not that bad. Of course, the violence. There is one scene with the vampires when they attack a bunch of people or whatever, and there's a lot of blood and gore and such. But even that is filmed so well that it doesn't feel like it's wrong. You know, it doesn't feel like a movie where you're like, oh, you're squeamish and you're feeling like, oh, that was tough to see. I could barely make it through that, and it went on way too long. It goes by really fast, and it was a necessary scene. You know, it was necessary for you to see that part, and it ends up with a classic line by Kiefer Sutherland that kind of stuck into my head, forever. He kind of looks at the other guy that's becoming the vampire, and he goes, this is when they're showing him that they are vampires, and now he's going to be a vampire too. And he looks at him, he goes, now you know what we are, and now you know what you are. And I absolutely love that, though. Just the way Kiefer Sutherland looking, he wipes the blood from his face, and right there, the guy realizes that now he's in trouble now, because now he's becoming a vampire, and he don't want to become a vampire, and how can we change that? But that has been almost like one of my favorite scenes of all time, is when he does that. When it's just the look on Kiefer Sutherland's face, the makeup's unbelievable. These guys, probably the best vampires I've ever seen. You know what I mean? And there's quite a few different vampires in the movie, and I've seen some really bad vampire music. It has excellent music, by the way, but really bad vampire makeup. This stuff is classic. They did a great job of this movie. This is one that if you have a son or daughter, and they're maybe, let's say 12 years old. I know these movies are rated R, but I love to... It's also was rated R before what's going on nowadays, in the way that the regular channels are with their swears and the nudity and everything. This is mild compared to what a rated R movie is nowadays. A 12-year-old would easily be able to watch this if you sat down with them, and of course be scared, because it is a vampire movie, and probably one of the scarier vampire movies. But it's so well put together and entertaining that it just goes by so fast. And the music is awesome in it. I mean, they have live music, which they have a guy performing something, and it's made to be a live performance, and the songs will stick into your head. You know, it's like even from the opening scene, when they're driving through it, it starts off with the song by the Doors, "People Are Strange," you know, and the music's excellent. The music goes so well with the movie. This was just so well put together, and I was hoping and praying that there would be a classic sequel. You know, when we get the passing of Corey Haim now, Corey Haim's no longer with us, and I was hoping that they would have been able to do something with either maybe, you know, his kids going. If I was gonna write Lost Boys 2, it would have been Corey Haim's character, bringing his kids back to go visit, let's say, his mother living in Santa Clara, you know, and then the old characters like the Frog Brothers, played by Corey Feldman, and the other guy there, you know, because there's still vampires going on over there. Now his kids are involved, and now you got to go back to the Frog Brothers, which Corey Feldman still could have played the Frog Brother Corey Feldman with his partner there, because now they would have been older, and they could have still been vampire hunters or vampire fighters or whatever, like they were in the movie. That's how I would have wrote it. That's what, and Corey Haim would have had like a lead role, and he would have been the father. I mean, he wouldn't have been fighting the vampires, but maybe he could have been involved with the kids fighting the vampires, and he could have been the comedic role there, you know what I mean? Because he's been through this before, and I can even think of like funny taglines that he probably could have said, you know, like you know, he could have did like, "I seen this before," I say, you know, relating to that kind of thing, you know, or be like, you know, now I know what you are gonna become because I've already been, you know, something to that nature. Would have been a wonderful sequel. For some reason, somebody dropped the ball. They decided to do a Lost Boys 2 and then a Lost Boys 3, and they had really nothing to do with this first movie. And to me, I don't even put them together. You know, this is a standalone movie to me. Lost Boys 2 and 3 don't even go with this one. I have them. I think I have them on DVD. I don't even think I upgraded them to Blu-ray because I've watched them once, and I don't think I don't have the feeling to ever put them in ever. You know, this one I will put in at least once a month, and I will watch. This one is one of my favorites, and I want to share it with you guys along with my story of my day, because hey, that's good content. So please do me a favor, watch The Lost Boys, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you later.
So, now you know what we are, now you know what you are. You'll never grow old, Michael. And you'll never die. But you must feed